What's up, Minifigs? Welcome back to Hunter's Lego Room. Today we're looking at a classic Lego City set from all the way back in 2005. This is set number 7237, the Lego City Police Station. It has 586 pieces and an original retail price of $70 in the United States. Today, though, if you want this set used, you're going to be looking at around $100. If you want this set sealed, you're going to be looking at upwards of $400. I'll go ahead and say right now, if you are looking for this set, I would say definitely get it used over sealed, because I don't think this is going to be worth over $400 to buy. I saw it and I definitely wanted to pick it up because I actually played with the set a lot when I was younger, and I just kind of had to have it. Starting off on our minifigures, our first minifigure here is the police captain. He's got some pretty nice simple printing there to just show off his uniform with his bright red tie. He's just got kind of a normal print on his face, I guess you could say, with just a beard and a white hat, and there's really not much to him. He doesn't have any sort of back printing or anything. None of the figures in the set will have alternate faces or back printing, but they're all pretty nice figures. Now, when I got this set, since I did get it used, turns out there were actually 2 extra minifigures in my set, which I was pretty happy with. I didn't even realize it until after I had recorded all of my footage. So one of our duplicates is actually one of these police bikers. They have the sunglasses and kind of a stubble print on their face, a police jacket that zips up, as well as the white helmet with the visor that can open and shut. And I've removed one of the helmets so you can get kind of a full look at that face print. And I love these figures. They're just classic police figures, and they just always have stood out to me. Next, we have 2 more police officers. They're all just labeled as police officers in this set, but these ones are not the biker kind with the helmets. One of them is given a helmet so that he can actually be your helicopter pilot, but they both have the same torso print of just a blue tie with their police uniform, as well as the white hats. One of them has more of a stern expression, and the other has more of a smile on his face. And I'm just going to say it again, very simplistic figures, but I think they do the job pretty well. Next, we have 2 of the police dogs. They're just one mold, and they can't move or articulate or anything, but they can fit on regular plates, and they have 1 stud on their back if you want to add an accessory of some kind. I believe I was also given an extra police dog, which I don't know what happened there, but I'm not complaining. We also have 2 crooks in the set. Now, this is the last time I'll say it. One of these guys was also an extra minifigure. There's 1 crook in the set, and they've just got the striped prisoner jackets and no printing on the back, but they've got kind of the beanie look for their heads, and they've got the gold teeth, which I think is a pretty fun, simple look, if anything, and I love all the figures in this set. Moving into our vehicles here, our first vehicle is going to be this police van. It's got several stickers around it to show off just the police logo, with some lights on the top, front, and back to show off the, what would be your flashing lights here. You have a spot in the front that can hold 1 driver with just some studs to hold him down, as well as a steering wheel, and he would just slide in like that. Pretty simple, but it's nice that you're able to get a driver in there. In the back door opens up just like this, and you're able to throw a crook in there pretty unceremoniously, but I like that you're able to carry someone in the van. That's pretty fun. Now, the stickers on this van go over multiple pieces, which is actually something we'll see multiple times in the set, which I am just pretty shocked by. It's not something Lego would ever do nowadays, putting stickers over multiple pieces, and it was definitely a shock to me as I built this, but I was still very happy with the quality of the stickers. They looked pretty nice, so I'm not too upset that it's something you have to deal with. It's just something you want to be careful with, because if you try to take the set apart or something, you could end up breaking the stickers maybe. Our second vehicle is going to be our police motorcycle. It once again has the same police stickers on the front and the sides, as well as some blue and yellow lights. You have room for 1 minifigure on here, as well as some extra stuff built up on the back, like a handset radio, as well as a flashing light for you to set down behind the bike. You can set your minifigure on it just over the center there. It's pretty simple. You also have some kickstand pieces under the bottom of the bike, and that way the bike is able to kind of stand up by itself. But you'll just slide your police biker over this, and you can put his hands on the handle there, just like that. And with those kickstands underneath, he'll be able to just stand up like that. The bricks on the back, I will say, do pop off kind of easily right there. That connection's not very strong, but you just have those little accessories that you can set out behind the bike just like that. Our third vehicle for the set is our police helicopter. This is probably my favorite of the vehicles. I just think the design is iconic and it looks pretty great. You've got your police stickers around the sides. You have a camera there on the side with a little tape recorder piece on it, and that can be angled around to kind of follow criminals that are escaping or follow pursuit maybe. But you have a propeller on the top and a propeller on the back there. And we'll go ahead and just look at it from all angles. You've got some stickers there on the back fin, which is actually the same number as the set itself, which I think is pretty fun. There's your camera, it can just rotate up and down. And there's your propeller on the top, just spins pretty loosely, which is nice. You have room for one minifigure. You have room for one minifigure to pilot your helicopter. He can just sit right there, and it'll just be able to close up just as easily, and it looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and look. You can kind of see your figure right there through the front windshield piece. And it turns out, I realized after I recorded that, you might be able to fit a second minifigure in, which you can right behind him. You can just slide him back, and then you can actually fit two guys in your helicopter, which I think is pretty nice. Next, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to our official look at the police station. I've removed all the vehicles and figures so we can get a good look at it. You have a front kind of staircase here that leads up to your front door, as well as a kind of big prison cell on the front right. Moving around to the back, you have a helipad in the corner, and you have a handful of rooms here around the back for a couple different things you can do, which we'll look at in a minute. But we'll go ahead and we'll start by looking at the front kind of parking area. Down here we have a light, which can be like a big spotlight you can use that can spin around and be angled a bunch of different ways. And you have two parking spots to fit two vehicles, your police van and your bike. They can just park right in there. Right behind them, we have some accessories for minifigures. You have some red megaphone pieces, a couple of radios, a pair of binoculars, and some lights on some sticks that you can just give to your minifigures to hold so they can kind of direct traffic and whatnot with them, which I think they're pretty fun. I just think there are some nice little accessories. When I was a kid and I played with this set, I loved all the little accessories that were in the set. I think they were pretty fun. Moving over here, we have two cameras above the door. You have a single staircase piece that leads up to it, as well as some railings on the side that go up to it, and some lights by the door. The doors just open up. It's a double set of doors right there. See if I can get the door open. It got stuck a little bit. But you just have two cameras with the tape recorder pieces that can just be kind of angled. Right here, you have another balcony that heads to your prison cell. And you've got room for a couple figures that can fit over the bridge, but they can just stand single file like that across of it. You have a jail cell, which can be opened by just pulling that bar back and forth. Looking at the top of your prison cell, you have a couple of these kind of siren pieces on the four corners. You have two little handheld lights for your figures to be pointing. At least I'm pretty sure that's what those are supposed to be. As well as another of these spotlights that you can move. You have some bars there on the front and the back. And over here, this wall is actually removable. So if you're initiating some sort of prison break, maybe, the whole thing just falls over pretty easily. It's only on two studs, so it can be knocked off pretty easily. Inside, you have the just a single yellow mug for your prisoners to hold, and you have a single bed for one of your prisoners to be taking a nap, I guess, or sleeping, and then that just reconnects again on two studs. Now, this whole set is built on one large mold piece, and right here you have kind of a little divot of some kind, which I always like to think is like a little hideout for the crooks if they're trying to escape. Back here to the entrance, here is those pieces again, which are just the camera pieces and the lights. You have another sticker here that says police, and you have some very nice window pieces all along the building, as well as a lot of different lights around the building with those translucent yellow pieces. Here's our third spotlight on the top, as well as a nice big satellite dish, which came off a little easily there, but yeah, that can be posed around in a bunch of different ways. And we'll go ahead, and I believe we can start looking at some of our rooms on the inside now. So directly behind our front doors here, we have, I believe, some sort of metal detector, as well as a printed piece there as a computer screen. You have a sticker here to just show a little wanted poster. Over here in the corner, we actually have a spot for your mug shots to be taken. You have a simple camera piece on a little stand, and you have the height chart and room for you to put your criminal minifigures to get their mug shots, which I think is a fun little detail. And that is another spot where there's a sticker over multiple pieces. We'll see one or two more of those throughout the set. Right here, you have your interrogation room. You have a light and you have a tape recorder piece, so while you're interrogating, you can make sure to record anything that's said. You have room for two figures, your criminal there and your police officer on the other side, just like that. And one of the little details I think is pretty funny, on the box, they show off that you're supposed to like shine the light in the prisoner's eye, which I think is it's a funny little detail that they show off there. Going over to our next room here, you have some sort of like analysis room. You have a magnifying glass over a fingerprint chart, and we'll take a closer look at that fingerprint piece here. That is actually a print, not a sticker of any kind, which I think is nice. You have your fingerprints in the middle, and then in the top left corner it says name Jack. Top right says number 50380. The bottom left spot has a signature that's just kind of X'd out, and then on the bottom right you actually have an on-duty spot with whoever was in charge at the time signing the corner, which I think is just some fun little added details on there. I think it's a pretty cool little piece here that we got. And right next to our corner here, you just have a little opening to a balcony that you can look out from to the city and to the front of your police station. Looking at our top level here, the top middle is actually just sort of a walkway here. You have a railing in the front and room for plenty of figures. You can fit all kinds of figures throughout the top here, either going from one side to the other. Right here in the very front right, that's one of the like two missing pieces I had since this was a used set, so I had to replace that with something for my connection. There you have a Lego City map, which is our last sticker placed over multiple pieces, and you have a big printed console here for the police to work with a radar, a keyboard, and some other switches and levers. And there's our roof that we looked at earlier. Now going over to the far side here, this is our helipad. You have a bunch of lights in the corners, as well as a big H there to show where your helicopter's landing, as well as what I believe is just a fire extinguisher here on the right. If that's not supposed to be a fire extinguisher, go ahead and let me know, because I'm not sure. And you have plenty of room for your helicopter to land right here, just like that, which I love. I love that they have all these different vehicles in the set. I think it adds a lot of value to the set. Now, I don't know if this was a design feature or just a byproduct of how the set was designed, but the helipad can lean all the way to the right there, so it can be kind of separated from the police station, or it can be just sitting upright like that. And now we can go ahead and just go into our final thoughts here. You have all of these minifigures, a couple of which were extra for me, but you've got your prison cell, you've got a full helicopter, as well as some nice vehicles. You have your police kind of jail cell, tons of different accessories, little scenes. You can do a lot of like storytelling with this set. They include a lot with it, which I really appreciate for a set like this. They do a lot to give you those elements of storytelling or play features that really bring sets like this to life. And it's stuff like that that makes this one of my favorite sets I've actually ever owned. I never actually had this set growing up. I said that I had played with it a lot, and that's because my friend's dad had it in his Lego City, and I was always so jealous of having a cool police station like this. And so when I saw it, I just felt like I had to have it. Now this set, once again, retailed all the way back in 2005 for $70. And I think at the time, $70 was a pretty good deal here. With the figures and the vehicles, I think you're getting your money's worth there. However, in today's world, this set is going for over $400 sealed, which is just, it's too much. If you have a lot of nostalgia for this set, if you ever had it growing up or you loved playing with it like I did, I definitely had to have it, but I got it used. And I definitely think that was the way to go with this set. So let me know what you guys think of the set. Did you guys like it? Should I do more of these kind of Lego City police reviews? And if you think I should, what sets would you guys like to see? Thank you all for joining Hunter's Lego Room today, and I will see you all in the next video.